So for this bonus assignment, I typed up the information on the paper. So for my bonus assignment, one concept from Physics 1 that I learned in this summer semester of 2023 that is applicable to our day-to-day lives. It was quite inspiring to me and quite very useful to me, and that would be Newton's third law of motion. To start off, Newton's third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This means that whenever an object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts a force of equal magnitude, but in the opposite direction of the first object. This concept can be observed in various situations in our daily lives. For example, when you walk on your feet exert a forward force when you walk. It exerts a forward force on the ground. In response, the ground exerts an equal and opposite force backward on your feet. So when you step, you exert a forward force, and the ground exerts a backwards force. So let me clarify that. When you step, your foot exerts a forward force. The ground comes back, it exerts a backwards force on your feet, propelling your feet forward. So as we step, we are exerting force to the ground, and the ground is exerting a force backwards onto our feet, which allows us to keep propelling, keep going forward. Similarly, when we swim, our arms push the water backwards. So when we swim and we're treading the water, we're pushing it backwards, correct? And the water exerts an equal force forward, allowing us to move through the water. So that's another example of Newton's third law. Understanding Newton's third law can inspire us in many ways. It reminds us that our actions have consequences and that every action we take will result in a reaction of some kind. So every time we act, it's always another force acting upon us. It's always a reaction towards our action. So for every action or force that we apply, there's always an opposite force coming back. With that, it encourages us to consider the impact of our choices and action on the world around us. So let me repeat that. It encourages us to consider the impact of our choices and actions on the world around us. Furthermore, this concept can inspire us to recognize that even seemingly small actions can have a significant impact. Just as a tiny force exerted by our feet on the ground can set us in motion, our everyday actions, thoughts, and decisions can create ripples of change in our lives and lives of others. And for my last point, so Newton's third law of motion teaches us to be mindful of our actions, to appreciate the interconnectedness of the world, and to recognize the power we have to make a difference no matter how small. So, no matter how small of a force we put against something, if I push against this counter, it's exerting force backwards toward me. When I step, I'm exerting force to the ground, and the ground is exerting force backwards, allowing me to go forward. And for that, I am thankful for physics for teaching me this concept, and I learned a lot this summer. And I thank you for teaching me and allowing me to be in your class and take up all this information. I really learned a lot in Physics 1. My name is Dylan Moss.